When I was 5 years old, I got diagnosed with autism. My mom took it as a joke, so I never received any treatment or help for it. And as such, I spent the next 20 plus years of my life fumbling my way through society. It was hard. And some days I stayed in my room playing games and crying. I wondered why I was so different from others. And yet, not all was lost, as I had the help of an unlikely friend, who would help me not only in my moments of solitude, but also in learning to love myself and be kind to others. Gaming! Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder. Among its symptoms it includes difficulty in social interactions and communication, repetitive patterns in movement and speech, etc. This is not set in stone as it is a spectrum. People have different degrees of each thing. The topic is a bit complex and sensitive, and I am no expert. I don't want to spread misinformation, so I'll stop here. I definitely didn't know it was a thing until I was a grown adult. It was pretty obvious in hindsight. I was already my own person at this point, and having autism didn't change that. And it wasn't all that bad. Somehow games did help a lot in my development. In kindergarten, let's just say I wasn't the best student. Not only could I not pay attention, but I did some really weird shit. Like pretending to throw lightning while waiting for the teacher to check my homework. Yes, it was as cringe as it sounds. Around this time, my mom got me my first console, more on that here. And so began my afternoons of doing nothing but playing games. How is this helpful? Well, you know Donkey Kong Jr. Math? You starting to connect the dots? I don't think this was intentional on her part, but I had so many games that a couple of educational ones got in there. Colors, numbers, shapes and more. I had a hard time studying, but playing games? Oh man, say less, I was eyeing that controller as soon as I spawned. Gimme! As much as she hates to admit it, this is how I learned the numbers, and even managed to get 3rd place in class. And you can as well by subscribing to the channel. I don't actually have proof that it's true, but there's only one way to find out. Since translation wasn't a thing back then, all of my games were in English. What did they say? I don't know, I speak Taco, not this weird language. But turns out I am incredibly skilled in languages, and I would learn a lot of words just by playing. With time I was picking up some words like jump, save, shoot, and eventually a couple sentences here and there. My mom and I created a study method in which she would tell me commands in English and I had to follow them, as if I were a game character. Surprisingly, it worked. In fact, my love for the Italian language started with Assassin's Creed 2, and I'm currently learning it, as well as a bit of Japanese in order to play Love Plus. One day, my dear. One day. As someone who moves like a squirrel on acid most of the time, staying still requires me to clench every muscle in my body. They say that games help children develop motor skills. Is it true? More or less. I don't think I'm the best example. One time in secondary school we were playing dodgeball. My entire team was gone, the other team had like 6 members, and the down players were surrounding us and could still throw the ball. Suffice to say, everyone had already given up, but I figured I should still do my best. I saw the ball being thrown at me, and suddenly a new power awakened deep within me. The power of hyperfocus! Oh my god, dude! Where did that come from? All of a sudden, we were f***ing in, bro! Things like this happen more in online matches, possibly where my hyperfocus originated, as I've done some insane plays by checking out of reality. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm equally as likely to drop my stylus by thinking too hard as I am to do a combo on counter when we are boxing. Basically, I'm either rolling a 1 or a 20 in any physical activity, there is no middle ground. Physical skills are not reliable, so I have no choice but to rely on the social ones. How are those? I mean, they could be better, they could also be much worse. I cannot look people in the face to save my life, and I end up mixing 2 different sentences while talking. It's not that bad though, I can hold conversations fairly well. And oh boy, once I start talking about my interest, I will not shut up! Just don't ask me to remember stuff or keep secrets, I'll forget about it, guaranteed. As weird as it sounds, I would have been a menace if it wasn't for games. I wasn't so much raised by my parents as I was by video games. I always saw noble characters helping others and trying to be kind to everyone. So I wanted to be just like them, and that's what I did. I helped my classmates with their homework, was always kind to them, listened to them talk about their troubles and interests. Hell, I even did this for teachers. I even won an award for being such a good boy. I didn't know that was a thing until they explained it to me. I'm very much aware that real life isn't like a video game. Society is very complex and even now I spew out the stupidest shit at the worst times. Okay, good talk, but seriously, enough of that. Okay everyone, this has been going on for long enough. It was fun, but it's about time someone spoke the truth. Centrella's gecko design is still the hottest one. Look, it's not my fault I don't understand social cues, no one explained them to me. Instead it was always, Buoni, don't show your cousins your pee-pee. Buoni, don't headbutt your classmate. Buoni, stop spitting on the Sprite. Yeah, it was a little shit. Socializing is still a struggle as I'm not sure what to talk about with others. Most of the time I just stay silent and listen. But I've learned to think before I talk. And while I still have zero risk, I can at least interact with people. Most of the time, I still struggle to modulate my voice, so I whisper like 90% of everything I say. And eye contact is just impossible. Still, trust me when I say this was way worse before. Now people don't suspect I'm autistic, they just think I'm a weirdo. As games keep getting more complex and offer dialogue choices, these have actually helped me understand social interactions a little bit. Of course, I don't expect to get a harem by imitating Joker, but they do serve as examples and taught me to not do or say the first thing in my mind. Of course, games are not a replacement to actually getting the treatment or attention that autism deserves, but since that wasn't an option for me growing up, I guess this was a close second. And all things considered, as my boy Hunter said, even if I'm not who I'm supposed to be, I like who I am right now. If you have autism, you might have gone through the same things as me. I know society is rarely kind and there might have been times where you felt alone, or that there was something wrong with you. Let me tell you right now, neither is the case. No one is perfect, no one is normal, and we don't need to be. Just as you are, you have value, and you bring things to the world that no one else does. You are perfect with your imperfections. I know this video took a long time to make, but I already have some gaming stuff recorded, so videos will come out sooner. In the meantime, please consider subscribing or taking a look at my other videos. And if you have your own autistic gamer stories, I'd love to hear about them in the comments or in my DMs. That's it for now, and I'll see you soon. Bye!